Tripoli EDC back again with another knife video. This is the Hinderer Kabar. This is a new fixed blade from Hinderer that just came out, and this is a really cool knife. It is an homage to Kabar. It even is officially licensed. It has the Kabar name on it, which is pretty cool. This came in a couple different varieties. So these are aluminum bolsters. This is 3V steel. They also made a blackened version with Parkerized 01 steel. They come in different handle colors. There was the natural canvas, the brown canvas, and I'm sorry, the green canvas, the brown canvas, and the black canvas. I can remember if it's green or natural. I think they had three different varieties, but they did those three different varieties for both the 01 and the 3V. All of them are the same price. They're all running $575, which we'll get back to. Pretty pricey, but this is a really, really cool piece. If you are a World War II buff, or like the Kabar, Kabar became the Mark II knife or whatever, became like known as the Kabar, right? It was originally known as, I think Cattaraugus did a bunch of them. Mike Stewart talks about this all the time from Bark River Knives. He talks about this all the time that, there were a whole bunch of different knife companies that were making that knife, that Mark II, back in World War II. But the K-bar became synonymous with it, and that's why people ended up calling it a K-bar. And when Rick Hinderer decided to do an homage to the K-bar, what he ended up doing was he contacted them. He said, the only way I want to do it is with their blessing, and it's got to be called a K-bar, right? So I'm sure he paid some licensing fees, and it ended up, costing him more to do that. That cost may or may not have been passed on to us, but it is a cool thing to see. I will say a couple of details on here are really, really nice, right? You have the Micarta handles here. They're just really nicely done. The fit and finish on this is excellent. These are aluminum bolsters. I believe they're 6061 aluminum. I was hoping they would be the higher grade aluminum because they're bolsters, so that if you're doing any hammering with the pommel or whatever, you can see the back of the pommel here. It's not that sawtooth pommel like you see on the Bark River Quartermaster. This is flat and smooth. But if you wanted to do any hammering with that or whatever, and as far as scratching, it doesn't scratch as easily, the higher graded aluminum. But this is still excellent materials, the aluminum bolsters. And I saw Mike Stewart on the Facebook pages mentioning that, because people were complaining about the aluminum, that, look guys, you basically don't know what you're talking about. Aluminum is perfectly fine for these bolsters, and is actually an excellent choice. So I'm going to defer to Mike Stewart on that. He knows what he's talking about, and these feel substantial, certainly. So I definitely can see where he's coming from. This is a full tang blade, that I guess has a tiny, I assume it has a tiny rat tail or something into the pommel so that you can have a screw that goes in. I'm not sure whether the tang ends here and then they screw the pommel on, or whether, that there's like a rat tail that goes in here that they screw into. I'm not quite sure on that. At some point I might take this apart and just, try to figure it out. You can see the hardware here should allow for that. So I may end up doing that at some point. Just because I'm curious. But this does have your K-bar fuller there, and has a really nice clip point here as well. The finish on this blade is exquisite. It really is a nice finish. It almost feels hand rubbed. It is very, very nice finish. You get a nice full grip on this. It really is a hand-filling grip. I have a size large gloved hand, and this is definitely enough for me. Definitely enough for, an XL hand, possibly even a 2XL. One drawback on this is the choil here. I will tell you that this choil is, you do feel the edge of this on your finger. Usually Rick Hinderer's choils, and I'll give you an example. Here is the Bowie XM18. So you'll see that the choil, the blade actually comes nowhere close to my hand. There's separation there. I don't feel it at all. It feels like it's, my finger is the perfect size to go in there. Again, size large, glove size hands. Whereas here, you definitely feel that that edge on your finger, which, you know, is not ideal, but honestly, it's not really cutting into me, so I'm not that worried about it. And I know the choil itself isn't native to the K-bar. That's something that Rick added. He did mention that he put, you know, some Hinderer touches on this. You know, one of the Hinderer touches is going to be a choil. So again, this is an exquisite piece. Comes with a leather sheath. He uses Amish leather in order, you know, for all of his leather sheaths. This is a really, really well-made sheath, as you can see. Here, I'll show you guys a close-up. You can sort of see the quality of the leather in here, right? And you can see the stitching. Nice stitching. I don't think that's going anywhere. So I think this is an artisan knife. This is one of those things that I think is going to be more of a collector's piece for a lot of people. But I don't know how many of these are going to end up being made. I don't know if he's doing another run of them or this was it. He did do a run of the Emmett, which I also have, but he hasn't made more since. I think maybe he did possibly 2 runs of the Emmett. I know he did 1. But I feel like maybe he did a second one. But he has not been focusing on the Emmett or some of the other fixed blades because I think they're so far behind in the production from COVID that they're still working on getting a lot of the XM18s and the Eclipses out and everything. But I don't know if this is on the long-term plans or not. This is a really cool piece to own. I'm glad I've got a chance to own it. For now, it'll definitely be sticking around. I don't know if it'll be a part of my permanent collection, but as far as first impressions go, I'm really blown away by the quality on this, and very, very happy that I bought this to experience it, and that I'm going to hold it for a while as a collector's piece. I don't think I'm going to use this one. I've got a lot of other knives that I'm planning on using. You know, I still got to get out and use my TRC Apocalypse, which I've been itching to use for quite a while now. You know, I have a lot of outdoor knives that I think I'd grab before I grab. You know, this is definitely sort of a fighting style knife. So I'd definitely grab some of those before I would grab this. But could this stand up to any of that? Yeah, this thing is a tank. I mean, it is a absolute tank. Let me just bring this out one more time and show the stock on this, right? Because I think you guys got to appreciate the stock. So this is it against the stock on a PM2, right? So this is full stock, right? I don't know exactly what the stock is. This feels like it's probably 0.19, you know, 190 thousandths or 260 thousandths, 0.26. It's either one of those. I'm not exactly sure which, but I think it might be 0.19. But this is a tank. So again, Hinderer Kabar. Let me know your thoughts on this. Again, I haven't put this to the test yet, but I'm curious, what do you think of that $575 price point? It is pretty pricey. It's more expensive than the XM18 that I showed you earlier. That was a vintage XM18. I think those ran like $460 initially or something like that because they were the vintage series. This really is almost running at XM24 territory. So yeah, this is pretty pricey. What are your thoughts on that price? Go ahead and comment below. Let me know. It is. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. I do a lot of giveaways on the channel, as you guys know, so make sure you hit that notification bell and tune in. And again, I really do want to hear your guys' thoughts on this because this is a really compelling piece. Thank you guys so much for watching.